killed Isabel. Light, boys. I miss you trying.
Who are you, a fucking mouth?
On a chilly February night, amidst the dimly lit alleyways of London, two ruffians instill fear among the homeless seeking solace. Nestled within a makeshift shelter, Isabel urges Joey to refrain from resistance while concealing their contraband in her mouth. Their attempt to flee is thwarted by the assailants who seize the illicit substance. As one of them begins to unzip Isabel's jacket, Joey retaliates with a headbutt, initiating a desperate dash for freedom. Though Isabel manages to evade capture, Joey endures a brutal assault before successfully making his escape. Scaling the heights of a building, Joey gains entry through a window, discovering himself in an upscale apartment devoid of its occupants. Capitalizing on the unoccupied space, he spends the night. Simultaneously, one of the thugs locates Isabel and brandishes a knife. The following morning, Joey, having undergone a transformation with a shower and a shaved head, departs the apartment appearing somewhat presentable. While leaving, Joey's phone rings, diverting to voicemail with a message revealing the apartment owner, Damon, is away in New York until October 1st. Joey, feeling at ease, peruses the mail and uncovers a freshly issued debit card with an enclosed PIN. Taking advantage, he heads to an ATM, withdraws cash, and indulges in revelry. Amidst a nocturnal stroll through London, Joey grapples with flashbacks from his time in Afghanistan. Serendipitously, he stumbles upon a homeless shelter, encountering Sister Christina serving soup. Expressing his search for someone named Isabel, Christina, recognizing Joey, inquires about his attire. Silent about the origin of his clothes, Joey generously hands Christina £500, instructing her to treat herself. The following day, Christina confers with the Mother Superior at the convent, who advises allocating the funds to one of their charitable endeavors. Christina seeks permission to retain a portion of the funds for something she has fervently prayed for. The head nun consents, prompting her to venture to the theater in pursuit of a ballet ticket. To her surprise, the ticket salesman reveals that all tickets are sold out, except for a £500 box ticket for the farewell show on October 1st. Awakening from a distressing dream, Joey grapples with hallucinations, witnessing hummingbirds and a man suspended from the ceiling in his apartment. Seeking aid, he approaches the soup kitchen and implores Christina for antibiotics. Advised to go to the emergency room, Joey discloses his reluctance, having evaded the court-martial since departing the Special Forces, where forgiveness is unattainable. Moved by mercy, Christina inquires about his needs. Joey discloses 2 broken ribs and an infection perilously close to spreading to the bone. Procuring antibiotics and painkillers, Christina discloses that she's inquired about Isabel. Joey, inquisitive about her knowledge of Isabel and concerned about his actions the previous night, receives a response from Christina, who discreetly omits the mention of the £500. She informs him that Isabel no longer frequents the soup kitchen. Back at the apartment, Joey discards his alcohol and diligently takes his prescribed antibiotics. Discovering Damon's black Mercedes keys, he traverses the city, affixing posters with Damon's contact details for Isabel to reach him. A voicemail from Isabel implores Joey not to search for her and assures him not to fret. She reveals her decision to work for the thugs temporarily, aiming to amass enough funds for a deposit on a residence up north. A well-dressed man with a prominent scar above his eye rendezvous with the thug who confronted Isabel with a knife. In the late hours, they enter a parcel delivery store where the man identifies 3 blondes, including Isabel. Unveiling that she works as a call girl in an underground brothel orchestrated by the thug. On a sunny March afternoon, Joey returns to the apartment laden with groceries. While preparing a health drink, a visitor buzzes at the door. Ignoring initially, a woman threatens to involve the police, prompting Joey to open up. He fabricates a story, claiming to be one of Damon's boyfriends, directed to stay there for the summer to rebuild his life. Engaging in employment at a Chinese kitchen, Joey severs ties with Damon's debit card. He takes on the role of an unofficial bouncer, intervening during disturbances at the Chinese restaurant while also pursuing exercise on the rooftop. Summoned by the head waiter one night, Joey is tasked with removing a rowdy group from the restaurant. As he escorts them out, tensions escalate, leading to an attempted punch. Unfazed, Joey effortlessly handles the situation, catching the eye of the restaurant owner, who inquires about his identity. Embracing a new role, Mr. Choi hires Joey as a driver, entrusting him with various covert tasks. Joey becomes instrumental in establishing Mr. Choi's authority in the neighborhood, handling tasks like drug deliveries and collecting payments, all while accumulating substantial earnings. During a surprise pizza delivery at the soup kitchen, Christina realizes it's no mistake when the delivery guy mentions that the order was paid for by Joey Jones. Subsequently, Joey becomes a regular provider of takeout meals for the homeless. In July, Joey pursues Dawn into a grocery store, capturing her attention in a new encounter. Fuming with anger, she confronts him about his luxurious suit while she and their daughter scrape by on a meager £25 per week. Inquiring about his whereabouts, she learns he has been involved in fighting. An ensuing altercation sees her hurling objects at him, halted only when he intervenes, offering a substantial sum of money, asserting there's more where it came from. Discovering stacks of boxes and a dress outside the convent, Christina encounters a note inviting her. Meeting Joey, who's grilling on the street behind the Chinese restaurant, she questions the peculiar activity and probes into his potential psychological issues, a query he doesn't deny. She then discloses news, presenting a photo of a girl discovered in the river, revealing the police sought her assistance in identifying the victim. Reluctantly glancing at the photo, Joey instantly recognizes Isabel. In a surge of emotions, he incinerates the picture before sitting down to consume his steak. Curious about Isabel's demise, he questions if it was one of the affluent clients who killed her, a suspicion confirmed by Christina, who reveals that the police believe Isabel fell victim to a client. Overwhelmed with anger, Joey overturns a table, unsettling Christina. Accusing him of hypocrisy for lamenting Isabel's fate while the autopsy disclosed drugs in her system, Christina points out that Joey himself is involved in dealing. Once his fury subsides, Christina admits she spent the money he gave her but managed to return some by selling her belongings. In a dim alley, thugs create havoc among the homeless, but Joey awaits them, confronting them about Isabel's death. Faced with a knife, Joey, armed with only a spoon, unnerves the larger thug. In a show of strength, he intimidates them, demanding information about Isabel's killer. Providing details, the smaller thug describes Isabel's alleged killer as a city guy in his 30s sporting a distinctive scar above his eye. Encountering Joey at a photo gallery, Christina appears in the dress he purchased for her. Surprised, Joey is taken aback, prompting Christina to explain that it's her only dress. Nervously sipping champagne, she expresses concerns about fainting due to not having eaten. Revealing her motive for being there, she seeks information on Isabel's case, prompting Joey to share the description of the perpetrator. Interrupted by an agent at the private showing, they hastily exit the gallery, sprinting down the street. In a slightly inebriated state, Christina playfully flirts with Joey, inquiring about Damon's return. Joey reveals Damon is expected back on October 1st, coinciding with the ballet concert. Believing it to be fate, they share a kiss before Christina departs. The following morning, Damon heads to work when his neighbor intercepts him in the parking lot, noting a change in his demeanor. Curious about his sexual orientation, she questions if he's exclusively gay. Damon playfully responds that he's currently drawn to nuns, leaving her perplexed and amused. Police visit the soup kitchen, seeking Christina's knowledge of Joey Jones's whereabouts. Aware of Joey's involvement in Mr. Choi's activities and his ties to the homeless mission, they inquire about his location. Later, Christina confides in Joey, admitting she had to deceive the police, asserting that he remains unchanged. Joey, curious about the police's response to Isabel's killer description, learns they dismissed it, prioritizing an investigation into him over solving the murder. During the journey back to the convent, Christina inquires about what transpired when she got drunk. Surprised by her lack of recollection, Joey reveals that she had asked him to kiss her, and he obliged willingly because he desired to. Questioning his motivation, Christina prompts Joey to explain. In response, he dismisses the inquiry as foolish, advising her to reflect on herself in the mirror. She discloses a deeply personal story, revealing that she was sent to the convent instead of prison due to her young age. Emphasizing the confidentiality of the tale, she admits to never sharing it with anyone else. Christina opens up to Joey, revealing that she took the life of her gymnastics instructor as a child because he assaulted her 17 times, starting when she was 10. In a reciprocal act of trust, Joey shares his experience of leaving the military abruptly, shedding his uniform and running away. Upon their return to the convent, the Mother Superior inquires about Christina's decision to apply for the mission in Sierra Leone. Expressing her long-standing connection with Africa in her life plan, Christina seeks approval to expedite her departure due to the multitude of distractions in London. She informs the Mother Superior that she stands prepared to leave any time after October 1st. Joey, at his boss's behest, meets Madame Choi. Inquiring about violent clients, Joey learns that Madame Choi maintains a blacklist, excluding such individuals. Joey provides the description of Isabel's killer, and Madame Choi affirms recognition, promising to disclose the identity in exchange for a favor. In a different setting, a man bearing a scar above his eye mistreats an unsuspecting young woman. Another resident in the house overhears the disturbance and investigates, spotting the man's coat hanging outside in the hallway. Searching his pockets, she discovers an invitation to a rooftop cocktail party addressed to Max. Joey arranges a truck loaded with stowaway migrant workers for Madame Choi, delivering it to a warehouse. After receiving payment at the warehouse, Joey, in the midst of counting the money, presses the man for the information he sought, with the response that it's on its way. Joey glances down at Max's invitation to the rooftop cocktail party. On the 1st of October, Christina heads to the park per Joey's request, as he asked her to capture photos of him for his daughter. Expressing his desire for his daughter to have images of him appearing as a normal, good man for future memories, Joey anticipates a transformation. Concerned, Christina questions why he expects this change. Silent, Joey offers no response. They opt for coffee, and she requests Joey to share a few photos with her for her journey to Africa, revealing her departure the following day. She expresses her desire to conclude her tumultuous phase in London with him. Joey responds with a smile. Later, they find themselves in Damon's apartment, sharing an intimate moment. As they finish, Damon returns but struggles to enter the locked door from the outside. They hastily exit through the back, descending the fire escape to the street below. Joey reveals a bag of money, proposing they use it to start anew. Christina interrupts him, insisting that if he aspires to be a good man, he must genuinely become one. In a passionate kiss, she invites him to accompany her to the ballet at 7. Torn, Joey watches her walk away, grappling with conflicting emotions. At Dawn's residence, Joey encounters his daughter who fails to recognize him. Placing a bag of money on the doorstep, he informs her it's for her mother. Handing her an envelope of photos, he specifies it's for her. Expecting Joey outside the ballet, Christina is left waiting. Unbeknownst to her, Joey opts for the rooftop cocktail party where he encounters Max. Despite Max's inquiries, Joey remains silent, startling Max by throwing him off the rooftop in full view of the attendees. As Christina exits the ballet, she discovers a inebriated Joey on the roadside, bottle in hand. Joey, waking up, confesses that he inflicts harm when sober and healthy. Tearfully, he opens up, and Christina provides comfort. The following morning, Christina reads a letter from Joey on her way to the airport. In the letter, he discloses sending Damon the stolen money and additional funds for rent. Joey communicates that he left funds for the boys at the homeless mission to enjoy some pizza. Additionally, he shares that he forwarded information about human smugglers to the police. Expressing gratitude, he mentions being alive for just one summer and cherishing the time spent with her. Police visually confirm Joey strolling down a street, taking swigs from a bottle. Cautioning others, they advise approaching him with extreme care. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Take care.
There's a party after the show. I want to see her walk to her car.